Hello there, folks. Welcome back. You're watching McRaeathon 2024. My name is TinyTim78, and we have our next run coming up now, which is going to be the absolutely fantastic Ventilo running split second. Ventilo, please take it away.
Hello, I'm Ventilo. I'm running split second as Tim said. This is a game that is very particular to me. It's the first game I ever ran, and we're doing all Detonators today. So I let Takeshi, my commentator, explain you briefly what the game is about. While I'm
Yes,
selecting...
hello. My name is Takeshi. I was asked to commentate by Ventilo. This game is essentially an action racing game. To put it basically, you blow stuff up. It's not much more complicated than that. It's not as complicated as Need for Speed nowadays. Yeah, Detonator essentially it's a time trial where the power plays, which are the main way to destroy opponents on this race, are automatically triggered, and you have to complete a lap around a circuit as fast as possible.
Yeah, and we're doing that with the fastest car in the game, which is the Firestorm that you're gonna see, which looks like a TVR or a Viper, mix of things. And the timer is
I slightly
starting now.
disagree with that, but anyways.
So
You know, the Firestorm is...
first thing you'll notice is that I'm drifting in straight lines. And that's how this car works.
This car essentially gains speed while drifting, and that's what makes it so overpowered. And it has amazing top speed, it has an okay grip. Really no other car compares, even though, as I said, I disagree. There's another car in this game called the Hanso FX350, which can also do that, gain speed while drifting, but it's much more harder to drive, and it has less top speed, so this car is just overall better for every situation you can imagine.
Okay, so normally when you're good at the game, you overtake that truck.
I mean, it's still pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. Yeah, there is another track, because the layouts sometimes they are like reusing some streets and stuff. And there is another track where you have to do the same thing, but it's much harder because the run-up is shorter and you don't have...
It's much straight. You're coming out of a corner with little to no speed, so yeah. Oh, you know, 1, 2, 3, first try, pretty good.
There are 11 tracks in the game, and that was the first one. 1:28:16, that's 7 seconds behind my PB. So yeah, that's not great, but that's mainly because
it's not like you were resetting for 20 minutes just for a good time.
Okay, second track, one of the most popular ones, the airport one. Also, quick history about the speedruns of this game, especially marathon. This run was run at Games Done Quick by Viceroy in 2019, and that's quite an infamous run because a lot of people marked that run because it was pretty low skilled, and he crashed quite a lot of times. And I'd say even if you add the extra DLC track that I'm gonna talk about later, I'm faster than him without the DLC track.
How would you be? How good were you at this game in 2019? Don't compare yourself to him in 2019 with you now.
And to be fair, didn't play the game as much as we do. Like I have.
See, you weren't even playing. How do you know you could beat him? You weren't even playing.
Second track done. Airport with 101. That's decent. It's a very nice track to optimize. There are a lot of things you can do to get a very clean run. And next track coming is a construction site. A pretty hard track to me. Like I always need to focus. There are a lot of things that you can mess up. It's a very bumpy track. The city tracks are very bumpy.
This track sucks. I just have to say this track sucks.
Yes. I mean, there are tracks that I hate more than this one, but I can understand.
I mean, well, yeah, there is another one. Sure. I feel like I just made Potato Man.
So here, if you have a lot of speed, you can go in the inside of that construction thing. That was okay. This is a shortcut that's intended by the developers, and that's kind of hidden behind a smoke. It's the only one actually in the game. It's the only intended shortcut. There are some other out-of-bounds shortcuts that we're gonna see one later.
And we're gonna talk about another infamous one later.
Yeah, a few ones even. Like the next track has one. The next track has an out-of-bounds. But I'm not gonna do it because it's a bit too hard. I only succeeded once. 59 certain.
Alright.
A sub 1 minute is always nice to take on this track.
Yeah, so 1 minute is pretty good.
It's only 1 second off my PB. 1.5. So yeah, this is the track that has an out of bounds. And it has also a jump that can completely ruin your run.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, still this is probably one of the easiest maps to run in my opinion.
Yeah, when the jump does is it's don't pull away. It's pretty easy track. And very satisfying as well. Like this entire start section is very satisfying to it.
Yeah, right.
So this is the jump in question. If you have to be straight. Like here I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You have to be perfectly
You also
straight.
need to be quick.
That's
Something you also need to be pretty quick. You
Yeah.
can go into the jump and not fuck it up by drifting.
The out of bounds was at the end of the carrier. You have a small area where you can just jump very much to the left. Like you have to do
You have
very
to
sharp turn to the left, and you jump in the
jump
water.
into the water.
And
Yeah.
if you do it very well, it will respawn you just in front of the finish line. And it saves about 5 seconds. Maybe a bit less. 55.79 I think it was. Okay, you see my PB is 49 with the cut.
Oh boy, the best track in the game.
Oh no. No, I know you hate this one.
No, what do you mean? I love this one.
That's not what you say.
It's just look, it has a bridge.
Yeah, it has
It's
a bridge.
called for bridge, has a bridge. See, it's the best track in the game.
So also
I totally don't have PTSD with this stupid track.
Also, yeah, picking up that bridge, there is an out of bounds, but only in race mode.
Yeah, because
so-
you need to... That bridge can be detonated, and you need to go in a very specific way when you detonate it to jump into the water, so you can spawn ahead on the second lap. And of course, since the bridge doesn't blow up in detonator, you can't do that. What an amazing track.
I kind of missed the bridge. Yeah, if you release the accelerator in a sharp drift, your car will lose a lot of grip. So when you're in a sharp drift, you need to keep the accelerator maintained as much as possible. But when you're in a narrow drift, you can release it. Sometimes it gives you more grip. It's very weird. 59.23. This is not This is not that
Hey,
great.
it's up 1 minute. That's pretty good, in my
it's always good to take.
especially when
that
you're not
last turn was a
constantly
bit,
resetting.
that last turn was a bit messy. Okay, this one I can crash on it. This one is a pretty hard one, a pretty long one as well. It's about
This one
130.
also has an out of bounds, but only possible on console.
Yes. And it saves a lot of time actually, like 10 seconds or something like that.
Funny how this is the only bug that they fixed, and they said let's fix this out of bounds, and let's add.
I don't
a
think
building
it's like a bug that they fixed it. It's more like they completely remade the track for the PC version. They had to remake the track. And so some of the things weren't there because they had to remake it from scratch and they made it differently. Also, I had to slow down under the bridge, and I will have to slow down again here because some
it
of the
is
power plays
possible if you
are
go
named,
fast enough. It is possible if you go fast enough to go under a little gap over to, I don't remember if it was left of the right of that train.
I think it's
container.
on Quarry, right? It's only on Quarry that it's possible.
No.
Okay.
You don't do that on Quarry.
Okay, that's I think that I didn't know then. But yeah.
Oh, this corner. What a beautiful
This corner is very
this
hard because it's very bumpy.
It's a run killer,
And also,
basically.
you have this thing chasing you, but if it's behind you, it can't really crash you. Okay, 129.
You can even boost off of that.
Yeah, it can push
piece of
you
blade.
and give you a very nice boost.
It's not worth it most of the time because you're already too slow. If you manage to get it, it won't really save any time.
129.53 if I remember correctly. So 3 seconds and a half BNPB. I'm not gonna beat any of my PBs in this run anyway. It's literally impossible. I grinded for those times for hours and hours. So beating those PBs on first try, not possible. Maybe getting a PB on the race game mode would be possible because the tracks are a lot longer and I tried them a bit less. But still very hard to PB in a run. To PB an individual level. Okay, here we are on Dry Docks, and in the Detonator game mode we miss quite a few interesting stuff in it, in this track. Like for example, after the next turn, which is very satisfying to F correctly, and I failed it completely, but these boats you can literally like blow it up and it changes the route completely. Which is
you can blow it up twice.
By the way, forgot to mention that some of
the
power plays they can completely change the route. Optimal way is to go inside in this turn, but
let me explain power plays in a bit more depth. There's a little bar at the bottom of the card that's not present in Detonators, and there's three bars. With one bar, you can trigger level 1 power plays, which can range from a truck exploding, something like opening a shortcut, blowing up a train, etc. It can range, but they're very minimal. When you fill the bar, you can launch level 3 power plays, which are massive. They also can completely change the entire track, like we were just talking about when we were talking about blowing up that bridge, for example. What's the next track? Oh yeah, we won't see a route change in this one, but we will see a level 3 at the very beginning.
We'll see the route change being triggered, but we won't take the route because it's at the end of the track.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got the time on Dry Docks, it was 119.
I'm rechecking, don't worry.
Whoops.
I love that power play. Oh.
So So this track is probably my least favorite, but because of this part of road, which is very unsatisfying because very bumpy.
I mean, in my opinion, it has the coolest power plays, but the track itself is shit.
This turn is very hard to hit because the shockwave of that power play behind is very complicated to anticipate.
Will he make it?
Yeah, I'm not making it. I've never made it. I think even make it. Oh.
Really?
I think even maybe I don't do it, but I should check maybe.
You know, we talked about that at the beginning of the run. You can go before that. Okay, I don't know why it's called, but you know that. Yeah, that track, whatever. You can go before that and gate and save a massive amount of time, but it's extremely difficult on this track.
I might get a 120. No, 129, I think. No, 128. Oh yeah, 129. Okay, I should have shut up. Yeah, 128 would have been good because in a run it's pretty hard to get a 128, at least for me. My goal split must be a 128.8 or something like that. So I'll take it. Yeah, 129.06. It's a very hard track, and the world record is 121, which is amazing.
Oh boy, power plant.
Power plant is a very hard track, and
it's very narrow.
Yes, a lot of
and
very
it
sharp
really
turns.
likes 90-degree corners. Like, we have 2 90-degree corners here at the beginning. I'm gonna miss one, but yeah.
Let me know when you've got a second for a quick message.
Oh, I missed completely the drift. So, fun fact with this track, first crash, it had to happen. Fun fact with this track, the world record is tied between the same person but with 2 different cars. And I think it's the only track where that's the case, where another car has the world record. Even though it's
I mean, on PC I still have the world record, I think.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'll take it. I'll take approval.
It's funny because the console records are better, but the vehicles are slower on console in general, like very slightly. But they are slower.
Yeah, I still have it. On PC at least, I still have it. With the FX.
Am I like second or third or something like that? On PC?
You are second, yeah.
Oh, nice. And you have it with the other card, by the way, the record. With the FX 350. Which is
granted for that
harder
one
to
was
drive.
paid.
If you think that the Firestorm is hard to drive, and it is really, then you are not prepared for the FX. The FX is this one later.
Nobody is. Nobody really is.
Yeah, nobody.
That car, it's too difficult. Never try it, please.
Also,
for your own sanity. Never.
Also, we are on the track. It's one of my favorite tracks, surprisingly. Despite my PTSD
Oh
on
my
it.
god, this track. This.
You know what I'm gonna try to do. You know what I'm gonna try to do, and I'm gonna attempt one of the hardest, probably the hardest trick in the game. Only 4 people ever succeeded at it, and it was the first was by accident, and yeah, you'll see. Basically, it's an out of bounds glitch.
Well, you'll see if we are lucky.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on.
Oh no, I hit it. Okay. Yeah, you're supposed to land on the fence and being pushed perfectly to be like pushed on the right, and if you push on the left, sorry, push to the left, and if you push to the left enough, it will respawn you very far on the track, and basically you have over 20 seconds. That actually.
You can still make it without being pushed to the left. I did it when I first got it. But
Oh.
it's very... How do
Yeah,
I
you
put it?
respawn around here.
You're basically
Just before
praying
that
that
S
you get
turn.
the out of bounds.
Just before that S turn that you respawn, so that's a lot of time saves. A lot of the
You're
track
better
that
off
you
winning
skip.
the lottery than trying that out of bounds.
Yeah, I spent like 30 hours, I think, on this track just trying to get this.
And I
And
spent
I
30
ended up
minutes
getting it.
when I first got it.
And my
Remember?
PB is 54 seconds because of that. One thing that I didn't mention is that at the start of each race, I do a little trick that's called burnout or fast start, depending on who you ask to. It's like just a little trick to make your to give your car a little wheel spin. It will give you a lot of speed actually, a lot more speed than it will really get. Also, here is an out of bounds that I might succeed at.
I mean, it's the easiest one. The rocks don't hit you.
Yeah, I was scared of the rocks. I thought I didn't have the speed, so I did an extra drift, which was very scary. And you have to stick to the left
Take
here.
it easy, take it
Yep,
easy.
because there is an invisible wall, and but the invisible wall wasn't well made, and you can avoid it. So that's the only out of bounds that is actually possible to get consistently. Oh.
And funny how it doesn't work on the race game mode. It only works in Detonator.
Yeah, it doesn't work on race. You die instantly when you do that in race game mode. It saves about like 3 seconds, I think. Also on race, I think it's not even faster to do it. If you could. Because you have the shortcut. You have another shortcut that is actually intended. In the race. So time is gonna be when I cross the finish line, so... Time.
Yeah. Just need to screen the shop and I'll tell you your final time.
Yeah, because we use the in-game time in the leaderboard, so... Yeah, real time.
It's not in real
not,
time, like
it
on
doesn't
the
really
okay,
matter.
1:14:59, and your final time is 13 minutes 25 seconds and 490
Hey, that's
milliseconds.
not bad for a marathon run. That's
Very nice.
better than last time I did this game like 2 weeks ago in marathon. That's a very nice time. My PB is 13:07, and the world record on console is 12:38, but it does the airplane graveyard out of bounds that is only possible on console, and it also does the ferry wharf shortcut on the carrier that I told you about earlier, and it's an insane run, an insanely good run. So yeah,
Well,
that was split second of Detonators.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Have you got anything else you'd like to say before we finish?
I don't think so.
Well, can I just say a massive well done, thank you to Ventilo there for that really, really cool split second run, and also amazing commentary there. Takeshi, thank you very much indeed. I hope everybody enjoyed that. It was great fun. I enjoyed that myself. Now then, we will be going for a quick intermission, and then we will be back. And it's what you've been waiting for. It's the Dirt 2 race between Gugugu and T-Dog 20. So please stay with us. We will be back very shortly.